Some people love me, and they don't even know I have a hard time loving myself. Some people judge me, and they don't even know I have a hard time judging myself. Life gets ugly, but I got a paintbrush and paint a pretty smile on myself. Mouth stay shut even when I need help. In too deep in the water, Mike Phelps. Swimming lessons, I still got many unanswered questions. Sick of the anger, sick of depression. Wanna be grateful, count your blessings. Just give me my salad, you keep the dressing. Cause I'm cream of the crop. He paid the price, I'm worth a lot. He told me go, why would I stop? Rest on my thoughts, jump off the tire rope. D'Lo Brown with the frog splash. Leaps of faith, what I call that. If you hit my line for the old me, when I hang up on you, don't call back. I ain't gon' block my blessings, I'd rather block your number. Life taught me so many lessons, Been down bad, never under. That's breath in my lungs. Some people die young, where I come from. Woke up and gave thanks to Father and Son. Filled with the Spirit, I shine like the sun. Ghost in me, but I ain't haunted. Bad vibes, keep them, don't want it. Pride hard to swallow, doggone it. And you were really never my opponent. I'm fighting evil, man, they hearts black. They wanted my life, told them back. Got an itch for sin, can't scratch that. Keep the truth loaded in the black gap. Just know if I said it, I meant it, and they gon' take it back. Learn the game brighter than my granddaddy's Cadillac. Young man, old song, imagine that. Ain't in my control, gotta pray, let them handle that. God hit my line, get me to play. Roger that, game time. Alright, you hate like a running back. If you ain't catch everything I said, better run it back. Eating up this beat, break bread, where your sandwich at, y'all? Thought I was done? No, this beat ain't like Kobe, I'm too full. My God, sicko mode, he too cold. I'm skating on beats, froze on with the flow.
Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, we winning by a landslide. Never see me coming, I'm a landmine. Yeah, I ain't taking orders in command like. Yeah, you about to see me on demand like. You know on demand. If you ain't know, you about to understand. Yeah, I got the team by my side, right hand. Yeah, take it to a string, you ain't seen it like that. Yeah, and it's the dream, and we coming for the bag. Yeah, and we ain't never going back now. Future expedited, now we on the fast track now. They won't lend a hand, now they see us on the map now. It's time to act out. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go, at the top of the class on a roll. And it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Ayy, on the roll, here we go. Yeah, at the top of the class on a roll. Ayy, and it's time to run it up, yeah you know. Yeah, maxed out, put the pedal to the floor. Yeah, on the roll, here we go. Here we go. On a roll, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream fake out premiere. You guys are familiar with these now. But what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy DZ. But obviously, guys, this is a premiere. We are not actually live, even though I know I see you guys in chat. I see you. I see the bing bongs in chat. Let me get some bing bongs in chat right now, guys. But yeah, guys, obviously we are not actually live right now, but I do have some stuff to get done tonight and probably tomorrow, guys. Just some more structural things for the actual channel. We got a lot of stuff to do, so I think I'm probably going to be doing one of these tomorrow night, potentially. I'm still trying to figure out what I'm going to do, but I did want to get on here and give you guys somewhat of a little fake out live stream because I didn't want to leave you guys in the dark as we have come down to some pretty key levels and gotten a bounce almost perfectly off of one of the levels that we were looking at on last night's live stream. So I do want to talk about that, kind of talk about the current state of Bitcoin. Are we going to get a big bounce back into our macro range, or have we finally decisively broken down out of these key levels or below these key levels, and are we on our way to a bigger move to the downside? So I want to cover all that, guys. But before we get into it, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Smash the like. And every 100 likes we get, we will be adding those spins to the wheel tomorrow or on Monday, depending on what the situation is tomorrow for the live stream. But smash that like stream. Smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel in pain and pleasure. And just because we're live, or just because we're not live, does not mean that we will not add those spins to the wheel. So smash out that like button, guys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and check in on the CandleMafia before we go ahead and jump on into the charts. Who do we got in chat today? Oh, we got D Petty Crypto. Shout out to D Petty Crypto. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Shout out to him and the rest of our amazing mods. Quick shout out to D Petty Crypto. Today's episode is brought to you by Jocko Go, which is some kind of energy drink that D Petty Crypto gave me when he came to visit the Hit Factory, and it was sitting in my fridge, and I never drank it yet. So shout out to D Petty. Shout out to Chemistry Bro, Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, Crypto Billy, Crypto Anon, Captain Kirk. You guys know the mods. Show them some love in chat. What is going on, daddies? I'm just kidding, guys. I can't see the chat, but I know you guys are there. So shout out to you guys. Thank you for tuning in. And without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into the charts. So, guys, here we are on the Bitcoin chart on the 1 hour time frame. But first off, guys, I do want to go ahead and turn that TA off and kind of just get a little bit more of a zoomed out view of what is going on. Are we going to get a bigger breakdown here, or are we ready for a big bounce? Now, excuse me, I do want to come up to the higher time frames here and just work our way down. As you guys know, the weekly is in the red with our money flow. VWAP starting to roll back around here, but too soon to take any new information away from this time frame. So let's keep working our way down here. 6-day money flow is kind of coming out here. Could look a little better. Your 5-day money flow is coming out pretty aggressively, guys. This would be somewhat more bearish in the medium term, but we got to see what that VWAP is going to do because it does look like we may be rounding off here just a bit. But again, you guys want to remember the money flow indicates the longer term trend, so this would have to make me lean a little bit more bearish in the long term. 4 hour money flow kind of flat here, looking better than the 5-day. VWAP kind of getting rejected there a little bit, so nothing too exciting on the 4-day either. 3-day getting rejected at that zero line. Money flow slightly coming out here, a little bit more bearish looking in my opinion. And then your 2-day, guys. This was kind of where our original bearish case laid. This is basically what we were looking at, making us feel a little bit bearish. As you guys know, we were getting that green dot on the 2-day, but, I was kind of expecting that to give us a lackluster bounce. That's why we were looking to short a lower high before continuing to the downside. And again, I talked about this a lot yesterday on the live stream. A big reason for that was because we have the green dot, and when you have the money flow fighting your green dot, aka money flow coming into the red while you're getting a green dot, it does indicate somewhat of a, it indicates that that move that the green dot is going to likely give you is going to be a little bit lackluster and would likely just be a small retrace to the upside before continuing to the downside, kind of like what we saw right here. And then obviously that green dot did disappear, but money flow is still in the red. We did actually come up just a little bit. I did show that last night. We did get that move up on the 2-day, which did wind up coming in to our level of resistance we were looking to short, and we did wind up being able to short that lower high to come down a little bit deeper. But now we are getting another bounce, and we are testing a key level of resistance right now, so I do want to talk about that as well. But the daily, guys, the daily is still looking kind of bearish, right? Your money flow is indeed continuing to the downside. VWAP sticking straight down. We will get a lot more clarity on this time frame in about 2 hours and 30 minutes once we print another daily candle. Now, One thing I will be looking for here, guys, is if we do wind up getting this VWAP to roll back around aggressively, if we start getting a heavy bounce coming in here, we may be setting up to potentially, now it is too soon to tell, but we may be setting up potentially to put in that lower, actually, let me pull up a fresh chart here. We may be actually putting in a lower low on our price action, which would actually be a pretty good sign as we put that lower low in on our price action at the same time that we are getting that higher low on our momentum waves. Now, not the strongest angle here on the momentum waves, but that would indeed be a bullish divergence on the daily. And obviously, this is not happening yet, guys. We have to have a green dot print here. We need to have a pretty heavy bounce come in. This bounce would have to come start turning into a pretty aggressive bounce very soon for this to not get invalidated. But if we do get things to turn around here in the short term and we get that VWAP rolling back and eventually print that green dot on the daily, we may be setting up to print a bull div on the daily. But again, you want to wait for that green dot to print and confirm. But if it does happen, that might be, that last chance that we have to potentially get a bounce back into our macro range and then come up to the highs here at around $29,000. Just something I'm watching very closely. Again, we are a bit far away from getting that to actually happen, but definitely something I'm keeping my eye on. Now, continuing on here, you could see if we come down to the 16 and the 12-hour, our VWAPs are rolling back to the upside, guys, indicating we may get a bounce, a short-term bounce to come in here. 12-hour rolling back up, and then your 10-hour green dot is about to print as we're getting these green candles. And this is... Next is kind of the one case that could wind up giving us a decent bounce, at least in the short term, and that is the 8-hour, right? We have this 8-hour green dot actually looking to print, or it is printing on your regular candles here, and not only is this interesting because of what the money flow looks like on the lower time frames, but again, let me come up to this cleaner chart here. I'll actually clear everything out. Now, not only do you have a potential bullish divergence, actually you are currently printing a bull div on your 8-hour, at least on your regular candles. It is not printing on your Heikenashis just yet, but you do actually have an 8-hour bull div starting to print here at the lows of the range, and on top of that, guys, notice, obviously, we have the green dot on the 8-hour, but if you come to the 30-minute, we actually did wind up getting that money flow crossover as that 8-hour green dot was printing. So once this 30-minute bear div, which is also printing here, and we'll dig a little bit deeper into this in a second, but, once we get this 30-minute bear div to kind of play out here, I will be looking at some lower highs to potentially look for some long positions. Maybe we wind up getting a little bit of a cool off here. I would love to come down and test this golden pocket. I would also be looking to hold, we are kind of coming down to the level now, but I would also be looking to retest these highs. But if we come down to this golden pocket, guys, this would be a great place, in my opinion, to start looking for things such as CVD divergences, or, even just bullish divergences on the lower time frames, but this would be a nice level to look for some local bullish confirmations to potentially get in on a higher low before continuing to the upside. And again, the thought behind this is not only the money flow crossing over on the 30-minute, but you also have that 8-hour green dot printing. And as you guys know, a lot of times when you get these things happening together, it can cause a pretty big move to the upside. Now, on top of that, you also do have kind of a little bit of backup on that as well, because you are printing that bull div on the 8-hour as well. Now, again, I do want to kind of remind you guys, looking at the daily here, let me go ahead and clear the chart. Looking at the daily here, you can actually, this is still looking pretty bearish, right? Really what I'm looking at here is money flow. This money flow is clearly coming out. So I don't want you guys, I don't want to come off like I'm like, hey, we're getting a little bit of a bounce, now we're flipping bullish. That is not the case. But this money flow is still looking pretty ugly, as well as the money flow on the 2-day as well, also looking pretty dang ugly, right? So I'm not flipping bullish just yet, but obviously, guys, we are looking for those scalp trades, and I am just trying to show you guys kind of a short-term bullish scenario would definitely be, obviously the lower lows on your price action with the higher lows on your momentum waves, giving you that bull div on the 8-hour with your money flow coming up on the 30-minute, just to give you a little bit of extra confluence. But take a look at your 6-hour. You kind of have the same thing going on here with your lower lows on on price action, not as dramatic. Actually, you don't really even have it on your 6 hour. It's very, very slight. But again, you are printing that green dot on the 6 hour, which could bring you up in the short term. And then your 4 hour is starting to roll back around here. But something interesting that is happening is your money flow started coming up pretty aggressively here. So, I would be watching this closely as well. But again, I think your bullish case here is really that 8 hour setup with the 30-minute money flow and the div on the actual 8 hour. But let me go ahead and take a look at some of these levels with you guys, because we are starting to test some pretty interesting levels of support, or I'm sorry, resistance. Now, on last night's live stream, you guys will know. Oh God, what is Dave saying in chat? Somebody call the police on Dave. Somebody call the cops on Dave. Dave, I don't even know what you're saying because you're not in chat yet. But future Dave, whatever you're talking about, bro, I'm calling the cops on you, bro. I'm calling the cops. That's it. I'm putting my foot down. I'm just kidding, guys. We love Dave. We're never calling the cops on Dave. Well, we will. We do sometimes. But, hey, we love him. It's out of love. I'm just kidding. But if you get the joke, you get the joke. But anyway, guys, you will remember on last night's live stream, we were talking about how a very key level, right? Kind of the line in the sand where I would flip bearish. And that level was right about here. The spider line, right about here, coming in at about 25,874, right? Let's go ahead and zoom in here. Guys, this spider line got tapped like to the dollar. I love how people hate on the spider lines. Look at this. Guys, you can't see it. Right down to that spider line, perfect tap, and then a rip back to the upside. And this would be a decent sign, right? This is not nothing like mega bullish or anything, but as you guys know, that spider line was the line in the sand saying if we do come deeper, right? Yesterday on the live stream, we were probably somewhere around here saying if we do come deeper, that is our last line of support for a decent bounce. And we did. We came down almost to the dollar, got a beautiful bounce. And you guys will know when we were looking at that level, I was saying if we do get that bounce, I would be very careful because of the way money flow looks on the higher time frames, and in which case I would potentially be looking to short a lower high again, like we were looking to do right up here. And we are coming up to one of those levels. Now, the two levels that I was actually talking about, guys, was the value area low of the range, which obviously we have two value area lows here. I'll just make them a box. This would be kind of the number one, the first level that I would be looking at to potentially put in a lower high, which we are testing right now. Now, this is not just a double value area low. It is also, if we come down to the 4 hour, it is also, I believe, a golden pocket. Where is it? I think it was on looking at a lower time frame is where we actually found it. Yeah, I believe it is. Is it from here? No, maybe there is no golden pocket at that level. Oh, I guess it was maybe from these highs. No. Yeah, it's a 786. You do have 786 confluence right up here on the first value area low. And then your golden pocket is, we're kind of rejecting that local golden pocket as well, right? Because as you guys know, Bitcoin loves to put in the lower highs at that golden pocket 786 retracement. So this purple box was kind of level number one that we were looking at on the live stream last night. And then level number two that I was looking for as a lower high, if we do get a continued bounce to come in here, is going to be right here at the point of control of the range, which is obviously, this is a bit of a better golden pocket. I would way rather see price. I feel more comfortable shorting if we could come into this golden pocket, but then you're dealing with the fact that you're back above the value area low, which would which would actually wind up making you expect price to come up to your value area high. But the point is, this is lower high number one I would be interested in shorting, and if we get above the value area low, this would be the next area I would be looking at for very, very strong resistance, right? So if we can get some really, really bearish confirmations there, I may be looking to scalp short back down to the value area low in hopes that we would break down further, but just kind of looking for a scalp at first, looking to close the trade right here, and then just holding that moon bag for a potential bigger move down. Now, if we do get back above this value area low, and we come up to the golden pocket retracement, we have to be aware that we may shoot up to that 786. And as you guys know, I typically don't like trading in the middle of a range, right? I would much rather wait for price to get back up to the highs of the range right here at about 27.5. This will be a big level I'd be interested in shorting if we can get all the way back up there. And then again, obviously, once you get above that value area low and hold support, you're kind of expecting that value area to high to come in anyway, right? So, lower high number one I'd be interested in is right here at the value area low. And then if we come up and get bearish confirmations at the POC/golden pocket, this would be an even saucier level to be looking for shorts. And then the next level I'd be looking at for a to short a potential lower high would be the 786 coming in here at about 27,145, 27.2. Give it a little bit of wiggle room. But that would be, again, if we get above the value area low, test the golden pocket, and we get a nice little wick up into the 786, this might be a really, really, really good place to be looking for shorts. Not financial advice, just something to keep an eye on. And then if we break that 786, that trade is essentially invalidated, and then I would really be looking to come up to the value area high, and that would be the next place I'd be looking for shorts, very similar to how we were doing up here and up here and up here. We actually, I believe we put this one in the premium Discord, but again, I would much rather come up to the highs of the range, but again, that 786 at 27,145, and then these two purple boxes here would be areas of interest for me to look to short that lower high, because again, really all you're doing is looking to put in that lower high, right? So if we reject here, that would be absolutely beautiful. You have your high, your low. You have your high, your low, your lower high, however you want to draw it. But these are basically the main levels that I would be looking to short those lower highs, right? And again, the reason for that is because of the way the money flow looks on the higher time frames, right? But again, kind of that real level I'd like to come up to would be that, the value area high of this local range. But we are testing this key level because not only is it a value area low, guys, but it's also a spider line. So if we can get above that spider line, it's very likely that we'll get accepted back into the range and come up to, one of these three targets, right? And it's all about the confirmations, right? A lot of you guys might be sitting there thinking, well, how do I know if I come up here, to the POC, are we looking to short because we're above the value area low? And if you're above the value area low, you're essentially expecting the value area high to come in, and it could get a little bit confusing. But basically what you're looking for here, guys, is confirmations, right? If this money flow crossover on the 45-minute winds up happening at the same time as our 12-hour, as you guys know, that can also give us a pretty big move to the upside. If we see something like that and we wind up getting an aggressive move up, it's very likely that you're going to get above the value area low. And then when you come up to the golden pocket and even the 786, there's a good chance there's just not going to be a short setup, right? You're not just waiting for price to come up to these levels and you're not just going to wind up blindly shorting those levels, right? You're going to want to be looking for actual confirmations and actual entry signals, right? So you're going to want to be watching price to come up here, and then when you're here, you're looking for bearish confirmations, right? You're looking for those bearish divergences. You're looking for the CVD divergences, stuff like this. You're looking for money flow coming out with the red on the lower time frames with the red dots on the higher time frames, right? Any of the strategies that we talk about on this channel, that's what you're looking for at these levels. But if you get a moonshot, right? Again, if that 45-minute money flow crossover happens with that 12-hour red dot and that 8-hour bull div starts playing out like we just talked about, and we wind up getting a quick move up, likely you're not going to get many short signals in the middle of the range, in which case I will sit on my hands and wait to come up to the highs, in which case there is that a new term, in which case? Is that a new term that we're going to start using, guys? I said it like 6 times. But in which case, it would be, you would just be sitting on your hands waiting to come up to the value area high, and then looking for your short setups there, where they're much more likely to pop up as once you rip through the range and fill this value area, those bullish signals that we were looking at likely played out, right? So that it's all about looking for the confirmations. I'm not just coming up to this level and shorting if there's no confirmation. So that's kind of how, if anyone's out there thinking like, well, there's all these levels, you're looking to short this level, this level, this level, and that level, which one do I short? Whatever one has the setup, right? So very important to realize here. But we are testing the key level here, guys, the value area low. This is the first area that if we harshly reject from, this would kind of make the most sense, right? Like we broke down out of the value area. We talk about this all the time. You get a little bit of a bounce. You come up and bearishly retest that value area low of the previous range, right? And if you get any confirmations up here, such as bearish divergences, sometimes you can get a yellow X or a blood diamond. A lot of times it's that breakdown, bearish retest, confirmation of the yellow X and blood diamond, and then that's where you break down further. But again, it does seem like we may be able to get above this level because of the way the 8-hour looks, because of the way that 45-minute money flow looks. Also, the 1-hour money flow is also looking pretty decent here, working its way back to the upside. So I am watching out for the short-term bounces, but again, with the way the daily and the 2-day look, again, I am looking for those to come up and make a lower high, and that's why I'm looking to short the lower high, right? Because the lower time frames look like it's going to bounce, but those higher time frames are likely going to continue playing out. So that's kind of what gives me my sentiment, right? And then that key level to the downside basically remains the same, guys. If we wind up breaking this spider line to the downside, that's likely where we are going to wind up seeing that $25,000 level come into play. So just be aware of that. Other than that, guys, really not much has happened. I mean, Bitcoin has just been absolutely brutal. That's why in the premium Discord, I was given some low time frame ranges if anybody was looking to scalp, because there's really just not much going on, right? We did get the 1-hour bull div here at the lows, right? You did get your lower lows on your price action. You did get your higher lows on your momentum waves. And again, not quite yet. Your money flow has a low, lower low, but it does look like this could potentially, after this red dot prints and we cool off a bit, if we can hold above that spider line, we may see this money flow start to work back up. And again, remember that 12 and that 16-hour green dot, those are looking to print very soon, and that can wind up giving us a move to the upside. So really what I'm looking for a move to the upside is holding this spider line at about $26,350. If we can hold above that spider line, I think there is a decent chance that those signals, those short-term bullish signals I was just talking about, could give us a move back inside the range, in which case we could expect to see the value area high come in at about $27,439. I think $27,454. But again, looking for strong confirmations. If on the way up we start seeing things start to flip around and give us bearish confirmations at these short levels, that is where I am thinking, hey, that's probably all the gusto this pump had. Probably going to roll back over, put in that lower high, and come to lower lows. But again, we're not going to know that until the price action develops, right? Maybe we just rip right through here and things look bullish. We're going to have to assess the situation as that price action develops. Now, guys, before I let you guys go, and again, remember, just looking at the volume profiles, guys, we were inside this range, right? We're inside this range, right? I'm going to turn this to white just so to differentiate a little bit. We are inside this value area, right? We dipped out of the value area, and we are now bearishly retesting. This is your key level that you need to get above, right? Your key level of support is the spider line. Your key level of resistance is this purple box coming in between about 26,637 and 26,575. So if we can't get back above this level, that would be very bearish in my opinion. And again, would be likely that that's our lower high and we are going to wind up coming down to these lower prices. But again, we have to break that spider line for that to come true. So key level of resistance, this purple box here. Key level of support is definitely going to be your spider line. And then again, that same thing as yesterday, last level of support, really the purple spider line. But again, if we want higher prices, you got to hold that first one. So guys, before I let you guys go, I do want to go ahead and take a quick look at Ethereum. I guess, yeah, we could take a look at Ethereum here. Now, again, kind of in the same situation as last night's live stream. We have been accepted back underneath this value area high. This is actually a slightly different level. Let me see if I can pull up the actual Ethereum chart that we were looking at yesterday. This is it, right? So, again, let me go ahead and get rid of this box. You can see, right, we are in this value area. Don't forget, right, we have this little value area right here. I'm going to unextend this to the right because I don't want people to get confused, right? So we have this value area high up here at about 1830, value area low coming in at about 1730. And what did we say yesterday? Yeah, see, this would also be a little bit bearish. Very similar situation, but also a little bit different than Bitcoin, but kind of the same thing, right? Because we have lost our key level of support, right, which was this value area high at 1830, right? Because we know when you break below the value area high, right, this is coming from this previous range back here, this value area high right up here. Once you break below that value area high, right? You are looking to, you're basically thinking if you can't get back above that level, right, that's where you're going to wind up coming down to your value area low eventually, right? Price action is messy. It will likely trick you. Sometimes it's very clear like this, but not always, right? Price action is usually very messy, guys. So just understand that. But you could see here, we broke down below our key level, which again is that value area high of the previous range. We looked at this yesterday, and now we have broken back into the range. We have been accepted back in, and now we are coming up and we are testing a key level just like Bitcoin, but rather than testing the value area low of the previous range, which is likely to reject from, we are actually bearishly retesting the value area high of the range that we've been accepted into. And again, what do we talk about with the volume profiles? You look for the breakdown, the bearish retest, and if you can't get back above on the retest, that's where you're likely going to come down and visit that level. But again, I want to press, guys, price action is messy. It's likely not just going to go bing, bong, bing, right? It's likely going to go bing, bong, test it again, wick above, back down, back above, and then and then it'll come down a little bit and then shoot back up and then come down a little bit and then you'll get a move, another wick out, and then finally you'll come down and test your value area low. Again, sometimes it's very clean like it is right here, but again, just be careful. It is very, very messy, typically price action, right? So, but we got the breakdown and we are now getting the bearish retest. So this is your key level of resistance on Ethereum, guys. We're just spitting the straight key levels right now today, right? So this is your key level. Look at the respect on that blue box, guys. Look at the respect on that blue box. Put some spec on my name. Put some respect on my blue boxes. Let's go. I'm just kidding, guys. But yeah, so that is basically what we're dealing with, right? If you can't get back above this value area high, we are likely going to get accepted back into this range, and we could expect the eventual visit of the value area low again coming in at 1736. And with that being said, again, if we come down even deeper for some reason, if we wind up seeing a massive dump overnight or something like that, and we wind up breaking below 1736, which I don't know if that's really likely to happen, but if it did, just know our next real key level of support is going to be this value area high of this previous range, coming in at about $1,675. Oh God, was I saying 17,030? I don't think I was up here. You guys obviously know Ethereum is not at $17,000, $1,700. But yeah, that next key level of support is going to come in at 1677, in which case we'll be in a very similar situation as this, because as we come down and test that level, if we break below it and can't get back above the value area high, that's where we are eventually expecting to come down to the value area low. But in this case, you do have a POC coming in at about 1638, which is likely going to give you some support. So if we break below that value area value area high, can't get back above it, and then that's likely where we're expecting to lose the POC and come down to the value area low, in which case that brings us to 1550, which is a very, 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 very key level, not only because it's the value area low of the range, but it is also a key level for many other reasons. We looked at it yesterday, right? Very key here, key here, key here. So very, very strong level that we've been watching for quite some time. So that is the state of Ethereum. And then looking at the indicators, guys, red dot is actually just starting to print now on Ethereum, obviously lagging a little bit behind Bitcoin. So I do think it is possible to come down to that 1730 mark unless we get some kind of crazy rip to the upside out of nowhere. Ethereum is lagging a bit behind Bitcoin. But again, the short-term time frames, your 8-hour green dot is looking to print. Your 10 hours looking to print a green dot. 12 and 16 hours are rolling back up. But obviously, and then on the lower time frames, you're starting to roll back over. So kind of the same situation as Bitcoin. That's why I'm focusing on the key levels today because, everything kind of looks the same. But again, those are the major levels and kind of what I would expect. This is a big moment, right? It's a big moment for Ethereum, right? If we can't get back above that level, we might be coming down to 1730. So just keep an eye on that, guys. And with all that being said, I think that's all the time I got for today's market update, live stream, premiere, fake out, Frankie fake out live, whatever the heck we're going to call these things. Obviously, I was not going to leave you guys without out any content today. But like I said, we do have a lot of really important things to get going here. I'll talk about it more on a real live stream. But with all that being said, guys, thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here. Hopefully, you guys got some value out of that. If you did, smash that like button. Leave a comment on the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any more of our urgent urgent live stream premieres, market updates, and exciting, guys. We do have a pre-record, I believe. If it doesn't come out, I'm hoping the editors can get it done this weekend. But if they can't, it will go out. It will go out next week. But it's going to be a new series that we're going to be doing, and I think you guys are really going to like it. It's got something to do with. I think you guys are going to like it. And basically, we're taking a look at all different altcoins and trying to figure out how many actual coins you need to accumulate in the rest of this bear market to actually become a millionaire with each altcoin in the next bull run, right? So it's kind of like a price prediction slash, it's kind of like a straight up price prediction slash how many coins to be a millionaire video. So I think you guys are really, really going to like these, but we're going to be making a lot of them. So let me know if you guys like that. If it does come out over the weekend, make sure you drop your comments. And with all that being said, guys, finally, I think that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I appreciate everybody bearing with me on these premieres. Let me know if you like these. Any days that I can't do live streams, let me know if you like the premieres or if you would just prefer market updates. Let me know, just write, I love the premieres, or put, I want market updates, only if we can't go live, right? This is not going to happen all the time. But yeah, let me know if you guys, because I feel like this is a pretty good replacement for a live stream if we have to do it, because you guys can at least still chat. So let me know in the comments down below, guys. And with all that being said, that's all the time I got for today's market video live stream. And with all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's live stream. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you tomorrow, same place, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here after ATB. Shout out to my boy Deezy. That's all I got. Shout out to the Candle Mafia. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
AMRB's what we got.
Yeah, time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks. Pins on the jacket, the man's abundant. The point of the road was banned and rugged. Hushing, I'm applying no pants in London. The products are not being scared of some judgment. Gotta stay in the cut you off if you ain't making the cut. Couldn't tell you who the hell is behind us. You start to forget when you stay in front of us up. And it's up for grabs, no remorse of who I'm taking it from. Numbers I give on my scoreboard is the only form of us staying in touch, that's staying enough. It's time to receive for all of the favors I've done. Too late for y'all to switch teams, everybody getting big leagues. Product flying out the shelf, what's in store for us? Known to hit a hole in one, look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whatever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jazz. Shout out to Steve. The boy getting love from the harsh critics. Strauss hit me bi-weekly to tell me keep taking it further. You aren't finished and I gotta listen. Ain't he son of believing and see that I'm actually breathing and doing it real time. Love to pull an idea out thin air, act on it and profit in real life. If we not aligned, don't present me a dotted line. Yeah, I'm a QB, but I ain't handing on nothing for someone to monetize. And it goes to the birds too. Can't give it a time if a dollar's so caught eyes. They get X'd out for they had the potential to be my ex. I know how to plays, I'm a seasoned vet. Yeah. Always showing up, known to hit a hole in one. Look at the crowd and shoulder shrug. Shots are limited, I'm scared mango with the golden gun. Posted up, ready for whoever, boy, you know what's up. Time's close, I whittled them down. Sticking to them by sticking around. The gang online, Iwo Jima got one flag and it's sticking the ground. Setting up shop. Think I got the message across. Came for the titles, impressed with the watch. We played the levels of Letterman jocks.